Hi, I'm BJ, and this is the Arcane Alienist Podcast.
Hey everybody, how you doing out there? Here we are. It's RPG a Day 2026, August, the month of August, and back again for my installments. We're creating characters using the prompts provided by Autocratic and Runeslinger. Uh, Again, look in the show description for more details on that. Uh, for all my descriptions this month, as well as the other podcasters that are doing things for RPG a Day 2026. Okay, so we are going to do. We're bouncing around. We're not doing every. We're doing one person or one character for each day of the week based on the old poem Monday's Child, but I'm not doing them in order so that I can kind of space them out over the rest of the month instead of just doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So each week for this week and the next couple of weeks, you'll come on a different day, not necessarily in the orders of the days of the week, so I can space them out. Anyway, today we are going to do, if I can find my notes, Saturday. Yes, today is Saturday's Child. What does the poem say about Saturday's Child? It says, Saturday's child works hard for a living. Okay, so a hardworking, I can think of maybe a couple of ideas there off the bat, but then let's also look at the actual prompts for Saturday. Works hard for a living, discipline, resolve, endurance, grit, labor. Well, we're making classic D&D characters. Um, Also trying to give them a bit of a personality. That sounds like a dwarf to me. But not all dwarves are identical, so let's try to give them a little bit of a personality here. So again, we have some pre-rolled stats as well as a pre-rolled 100 gold piece budget to create a first level character. And let's look at our stats that we start with. And like I've said before, we might have to swap them around or adjust them slightly. Strength and intelligence of 13, wisdom of 17, con of 16, dex of 8, charisma of 10. I think using the sort of the classic point swap for reduce, you can reduce strength, intelligence, or wisdom by 2 points for an increase of 1. I'm probably going to bump this dwarf's strength up. He's already got a really great constitution. So we'll bump his strength up. We'll lower his wisdom, bump his strength, particularly to try to get him to a good XP bonus. And I will pause. I'll go fill out a character sheet, and then we'll come back and talk about this character. Okay, we generated a random name here with the fantasy name generator. I rolled this character is a female dwarf. I got the name uh, Gotti Bell Barrel Sunder, so we'll call her Gotti for short. And keeping with the we'll go through her stats and we'll talk a little bit about her as a person. First level dwarf, alignment law, strength 16, intelligence 11, wisdom 13. So I dropped a little bit of wisdom and intelligence to get up to that strength of 16. Kept the wisdom at 13 to retain a little bit of a +1 bonus to magic saves. Although dwarves already have really good saves. Anyway, 16 strength, 11 intelligence, 13 wisdom, 8 dex, 16 con, charisma 10. So boatload of hit points. Um, uh, Armed her with let's see, chainmail shield, 3 hand axes, so she has 2 hand axes she could throw at range before needed to keep one to go into melee if necessary. Um, and then of course the usual, infravision and other dwarf and detecting slopes and passages and the stuff that dwarves always have. Law languages: law, common, dwarvish, gnomish, kobold, goblin. There's no bonus language to add additional bonus languages for an intelligence of 11. Backpack, torches in a tinderbox. Even with even with infravision, torches come in useful. So I bought her some torches, a 10-foot pole, a rope, a crowbar, rations, and water skin. So she's got a little bit of gold left over. But what can we say about Gotti? Remember our descriptions, our prompts are discipline, resolve, endurance, grit, and labor. So here's a little description of Gotti. Gotti Bell, or Gotti, comes from a clan of dwarven brewers and tavern keepers. I thought with that barrel sunder, I was thinking of barrels, barrels of ale. So her family are all brewers and tavern keepers. She is disciplined, hardworking, and never loses her cool. Her iron grit comes from dealing with unruly patients in her parents' taverns. You think about running a tavern, she's got to bounce drunks out on their butt if they get out of trouble. Also, goes a lot of work running a bar, a restaurant, a tavern. Having to keep things clean, organized, account for money, supplies. So he's very disciplined, organized, hardworking, and not used to, and used to not putting up with a lot of crap from people when they get out of hand. So I said, borrowed the quote from the movie Roadhouse: "Gotti is nice until it's time to not be nice." So that is our third character that we're making for RPG today. This is the dwarf Gotti Bell Barrel Sender, who is Saturday's child. Saturday's child works hard for a living. So hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back next week with a couple more characters. Keep an ear out for it, or an eye out on your podcatcher. Until then, take care of yourself and make someone happy today. Thanks for listening to the Arcane Alienist podcast. The music you're hearing is Come and Get It by Scott Holmes Music. The cover art is by Dave Bone. Be sure to check out his stuff at ironseer.com. You can leave me a message. I have my SpeakPipe account linked to the show description. You can also send me an email at arcane.alienist@gmail.com. Just embed a voice memo, or I'll just read the text to your email during a future episode. Once again, thanks so much for listening.